And I'll get into the Kachina. When I asked the grandfathers and grandmothers, it just did not continue on into this century, and we don't have anybody that belongs to their clan. Now, these are the medicine societies. This is another group that emerged from another different stargate, what we call stargates or vortices, in the Los Alamos nuclear labs where they got New Mexico, Los Alamos, New Mexico area. And these are the ones that are left over from many, many different societies. I belong to the KACHINA Medicine Society, and this is they're pretty well in order today. And these are basically, right here is where they're called the Warrior Society. They're the guards of all these other, the Kachina systems and the medicine societies. Now, I've taken a lot of research into a lot of the Kachina system. And these are, we have an annual event called the Shalako ceremony, which is a reenactment of the coming of the gods. And these, if you look at it, these are what we call the Shalako. You can look on that on the internet. It's quite a lot of ceremony involved with this. And these are the Shalako. They're about 6 foot tall or more, maybe about 8 feet. And these are what they call the warrior societies. Each color represents the direction. And these are what we call the Kachina Mudheads or the Kachina Clown Society. And it's all reenactment of what happened a long time ago. Of course, in the old days, I mean, way back thousands and thousands of years ago, these were the ones that actually came from the different parts of the universe. And if you look at other tribes throughout the country, I mean, the world, you know, like for example, the Dogons reenact their spacemen in other parts of the world. If you look at some of the Mexican Indian tribes, they have there's a man that's inside, for example, like in the plumed serpent, and in all throughout the whole groups throughout the planet, there's always somebody that's inside of those things that look like masks. And these were, there's another picture that I don't have any actual photographs. I haven't had a chance to produce those from other books. And here is one of the Kachina gods, and we have an hierarchy in the Kachina system, is what we call the Longhorn. And he is part of the order of the Kachinas that reenact every year in December. And here's a basic illustration of what altars are. If you look at the sun symbol, and in other altars, there's a star that hangs out here, and all these things that in front of them will be what we call the mothers, and these are the mothers, an artist's depiction of the mothers, and they're the ones that all medicine people hold. Now this is a picture of it looks like a UFO, but it looks like more of a sunspot that caused by a camera. I think we analyzed this, and it was not a UFO. But I want to go into the part where all our traditions and all our history is not in any written form. So we have to depend on each other for the traditional teachings and also the ceremonial. There's so many levels. First of all is the everyday language speaking. The second one is when you're in a different order. And the highest order is what we call the priesthood level. So all our system is in oral tradition. And we have reference to a lot of different animals throughout the other tribes too. This is the depiction of a picture of the white buffalo. We used to have buffalo around Zuni many years ago, maybe hundreds of years ago. And of recent is remember the birth of the white buffalo calf woman. So we have been incorporating with other prophecies throughout the whole Indian tribes, throughout the United States and Canada. Now we have a lot of rituals that is year-round, almost on every time that we have a religious activity. It starts out by a cycle. It starts out with a New Year. Our New Year is in the winter solstice, and it goes year-round. And there's many ceremonies that, depending on the season. Now, our kachina, a lot of you people probably read a lot about the kachinas. The Hopis were very famous for making the kachina dolls. And the kachina is actually a representative of the ancient beings that used to come to the planet from all different parts of the universe. And so when on the Zuni activities year-round, and this represents the different directions of our Zuni universe.